What's up, guys? Probably here bringing a video today. Sorry, a bit late there. I was busy. I'm so fucking. I've become one of the biggest just Redditor, like just I don't. I want to say Redditor douchebags, but I get stuck up just on Reddit for like hours. Like I used to go on Reddit and people would be on Reddit talking about how they went to work and they lost track of time and watched like videos off Reddit. I'm like, I lose track of time. Yet again, I'm forgetting. This has just become this is a staple for Pypo videos now. Is if he forget that he needs to fucking switch his mouse over. Hopefully soon I will actually stop having to remember, because I recently actually organized, well hopefully we'll have organized that sometime after Christmas I should be able to start streaming again for you guys, because I will actually have my PC at Suki's place. And of course she has a lot better net than I do. I didn't realize how easy it is to change your net plan with like an internet provider. For some reason I thought there was contracts and like shit that happened in which like I wouldn't be allowed to change certain things about like I basically am never at home anymore. I'm always at Suki's chilling out. Pretty much living there at this point. And I was paying $120 a month for my net back at my old place. And I'm like, and then I called him, I'm like, what's my usage at? And he's like, you're getting 500 gigs and you're using about 50 to 100 gigs. And I'm like, yeah, but when was that for? He's like, that's your average since you started. And I'm like, can you tell me like what my usage is for the past like month, which just to see how much I've been using? He's like, I'll use like 50 gigs max. I'm like, man, like, is there like a 50 gig plan then that I can put it down to? What I don't get is the plans go like this, at least this is with Telstra. It was like $9 for 5 gigs of net. Now, for Americans watching this, you're probably like, what is Pypo even talking about? Because I'm aware that you guys pay for speeds in America. A lot of times you guys have unlimited nets and you just pay for speeds. In Australia, you get the best speed possible. Like that's just what you just get the best speeds possible. But what you're paying for is the amount of usage that you're allowed. So I would pay, for instance, 500 gig back at my old place because I would be uploading every day. I'd be uploading videos. I need a lot of gig to make sure I don't burn my usage, because if you burn your usage, you then get capped, and the net's no longer. You can still use the net, but let's say you wanted to look at a Facebook page or something, it would literally take about 10 minutes to load that one page. It was impossible to. I wouldn't even be able to like play WoW, let alone record and then upload it or do anything like that. And so naturally, I was like, man, fuck it. Which, by the way, sucks. A lot of you guys are probably like, you don't have to pay for speeds. That's awesome. It's not awesome because Australian net sucks. Like my upload at my old place was 0.6, and then it got upgraded. I like this. I rang them up one day because my net was down. I'm like, man, what's going on with my net? Like, I'm trying to fucking do shit. I'm like at home trying to record. But what's going on with my net? Can you guys tell me what's going on? And he's like, oh, we're actually upgrading your area, and you'll be getting faster nets. And I'm like, awesome. I went down there recently and like tried it out and like saw what the net speed's like. It went from upload of like 0.6 to 0.75. Like that's my new upload, 0.75, and it's like really like that's them upgrading Australian net. It's 0.1 upgrade. It's like jeez, and my download was like a one like point up as well. Like it was, I couldn't believe it when I looked at it, to be honest. I was like, how did you guys even think this was like worth like the infrastructure of like putting this in? Like I don't understand. But then again, they might have just been like fixing the infrastructure, because back to like where I lived, I a lot of times my net would just go down. Like if it rained like in the bush, I just have no net. I just have no net just because it was raining. I don't understand how it works. Also, I don't understand how Alliance are fucking everyone in the asshole right now. This is the worst bitch I've ever been a part of. What is happening? I only just realized then that I'm having my ass handed to me, and no one on Horde is really doing it. There's got Big Daddy saying in the back here shooting. We got a dead hunter right here. We got a dead mage. Everyone's dead. We're getting graveyard camped. Is that everything that's happening right now? Because good lord. But either way, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and get my PC up here sometime either before Christmas or after Christmas. Either way, I'm gonna say after Christmas because it might take me some time to like sort it out and all that kind of shit. So naturally, it'll take me some time to set up. But once it is set up, I should actually be able to stream during the day for you guys a little bit more, and hopefully be able to like do that stuff and get that done for you guys. Just because I mean, I'm not even like, it's not that I don't like streaming. It's just that a lot of times I do my videos by myself, right? And I'm a very, I forget the word is. I did a video on it a while ago called what's it called? Introvert. There we go. That's the word. I'm a very introverted person. I'm a very, very introverted person. I like time to myself, and I like being by myself and that sort of stuff. But as of right now, you know, I'm actually like I get enough time. I've changed a little. It's kind of evolved. I've changed as the person that I am into a person that like I like time by myself for a certain amount of time. If that makes sense. Like I want to be by myself, and then I want to be with people, want to hang out, want to talk, want to do shit. And it's kind of the issue I have with streaming. Is like I spend the day by myself. I record by myself, which by the way I like. I enjoy it. I get that shit done. I talk to you guys. I get to go read some comments. I get to do some shit like that. I'm like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. And then eventually I will be done for the day. I would have recorded maybe 2 videos, hopefully 2 videos, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm cool, I'm done, don't need to write anything else. All I need to do is upload tonight, and I'm good to go. And then that afternoon, or like after whenever this is happening, when I would, for instance, start streaming, it's when I actually want to like be playing with people and chilling out and like doing stuff and stuff like that. So naturally, it's hard for me like to then get on and stream for like 2 hours straight and just talk to myself doing it. Like I'm naturally I can do it. Like I'm very. It's, for some reason I can easily talk to myself. It's kind of a weird thing when you think about it. Actually, like what you're doing as a person. Like I'm sitting down. Like as of right now, while you're watching this, obviously it's not as weird because you're watching it. You know, you're the recipient of the fucking video. You're watching it. Everyone else is watching. It's getting views and shit. People are witnessing the video. But for me, I'm sitting here looking at a PC. There's nothing going on. I could end the recording right now and like fucking just put this in the trash, and this would be for nothing. I mean, it'd be weird. It'd be weird if I did something like that because I just sat here for like fucking, 10 to 15 minutes, usually 20 minutes if this train keeps going the way it's fucking going, and you're just fucking like it's done, like it's over. It's very strange, but it's a good way it's a good way to talk. I almost use you guys as my personal just fucking. Like, what are the people called that help you with your problems? What are they called? I honestly don't know what they're fucking called. Shrinks? But they have Shrinks is like their nickname. What are they called? I for some reason I want to say psychopath, but it's not psychopath. It's like a fucking, it's like psych something. I for some fucking reason can't think of the word, and I hate that. I don't know what it is recently, but I've recently been coming into a lot of words. That makes no sense. Been like running into a lot of words that I know. Like, I don't know what that is with a fucking human brain where you know something. I know it. I know it in my head. I know the definition. I know where it's used. I know the sentence. I can give you an example of a sentence. But when I need to actually say the word, it's just not there. I don't know, like, what that is that dictates. Like, where is it in my memory? Because I know it's in there. Like, I know it's fucking in there because if I sit here and think about it for the next fucking 7 hours, eventually I'll think of it and be like, oh, that's what it was. And, like, it's half the time it's something like you're not even thinking about it anymore. Like, after I finish making this video, I go and, like, make some dinner, I sit down, I put on, like, a YouTube vid while I'm rendering, all of a sudden, bam, it's in my head. And I'm like, I stopped thinking about it, and that's what it took for me to remember the fucking word that I was trying to remember previously. It's almost like when you try to remember, you just fucking can't do it. I hate when that happens. So, like, it's like, literally... Like, I don't think many people get as annoyed at that as I do. But mainly because, like, I'm watching or making a video and I'm talking about something. And then it's like, it's the one time I want to speak fluently. Well, not the one time, but it's like, I'm focusing on speaking fluently and I want to make sure to get my point across or at least have a decent conversation with you guys. And then, bam, I can't think of a fucking word. I have to sit here for fucking a minute explaining what the word means because I can't think of the word. Like, it's so rough. It's so rough. I still can't even think of it. But either way, that's how I treat you guys. It's kind of like get on and just get my stress out and chill and fucking talk about random shit. And it's honestly like really fucking enjoyable. I like doing it. But the problem is I've recently like grown a little bit stale on my hunter, just a little bit. When I say a little bit stale, just to the point of like I don't know if I want him to be my main. Like I still want to play him. I still will play him. I'll still gear him. I'll still do arena on him. I still want to get him max PvP gear. I'll still be doing BGs. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna be playing him just as much. It's just that I might want to play something else as well, which was going to be my rogue, because I was liking my rogue a lot. And then I actually started leveling a Disc Priest with Suki, and it's level 95 at the moment, and I was like, man, this Disc Priest is pretty fucking... I haven't actually done like a serious... I haven't seriously healed since Burning Crusade. I used to, if you guys will actually know the story, if you're fucking OG... subscribers of mine, but I used to tell a story about how my account got hacked in BC. I gave my account information to an American buddy of mine back in 1993. It was in BC, and my computer had exploded. I've had two computers completely fuck up on me. But basically what happened, my parents split up and I used to play WoW at my dad's house. My dad moved away and I had like a really shitty computer that I used to play WoW on. And like I tried to play WoW on it until like the graphics card just gave way and exploded and just fucking like it was so shit and such an old PC that like it couldn't even handle WoW. And then I still like could use Vent on the computer. I could still like use the computer. It wouldn't be able to run any. I would use the onboard motherboard graphics, which these days motherboard graphics is enough to fucking run WoW on like the lowest settings. But for fucking like that old computer, I didn't know if the motherboard had like built-in graphics or whatever. So naturally, I'm like, man, I can't play. And my buddy from America, I forget what his name is, to be honest. It's all these people I've just lost contact with over time. He was like, man, I really want to play your Resto Shaman. And since you're not playing, can I have like your account information? And like he said to me like, he was a good twos player and he did threes and stuff like that. And he was really high rating. And he was like, I'll get you gear on your thing. So if you ever come back, you know, I'll just give you your account back and you'll be fully geared and shit. And to me, that sounded awesome. I was like, yeah, sure, man. So I gave him the account information. He played, and in about 2 months, I got a new graphics card, put it in the PC, and I was about 13, 14 at this point. My first WoW account, and I got on, and within a week of getting on, like I got my account back. It was no problem. I was even on Vent with the dude while this was all happening, and all of a sudden I started getting logged off nonstop, just logged off. And like as it was happening, I was just logging back in until eventually my password got changed. When I went to change my password back, all my secret answers and secret questions had been changed into a different language. I tried to like translate it and try to like sort it out and shit like that, but it just didn't work, and I couldn't work it out until eventually I just put a ticket in. Blizzard sorted it out for me, and they sorted it out so I got my account back, and like I wasn't locked out of my own account anymore. But they couldn't restore the stuff of my character because I gave away my account. Like they said it was like my fault or something, or like my character was still there, but all of his gear was deleted, and he had like all of his gear was deleted. He had no gold, left on the account, and after all that happened, I couldn't even afford I had PvP gear, and back then you couldn't sell PvP gear. It was just you were just stuck with PvP gear. And he couldn't sell that PvP gear. The guy who hacked my account, so what he did was make it all red and broken. And I couldn't get gold. No one would give me gold. Like after I got my account back, the people that I used to play with weren't playing anymore. Even the guy that like used my account, he didn't play that realm anymore. No one could give me gold. So I couldn't even afford repairs. And like I then turned to the guy that's in fucking Shatrath, like, hey, can anyone spare me 20 gold just for repairs? Like I just need a repair so I can actually then go farm more gold, because right now I'm at level 70, but it's naked pretty much because my gear is red. No one would give me gold, and then I re-rolled my first main character after my Resto Shaman, which was my troll mage, Pypo. If you guys have ever heard me talking to McLovin or Zaina or people like that, these are people that I used to play Wrath of the Lich King with. That's how I met like all my WoW buddies that I used to play with a lot. I actually don't know if I've made a video with those guys ever, but basically the long story short, account got hacked. I stopped playing healer after it got hacked, and that was in BC. And this is the first time I've actually seriously like been playing healer and leveling it in like PvE and PvP. Like been doing some skirmishes at level 95, and it's some of the most fun I've had. It's been a long time, so I'm thinking about getting it up and doing some healer videos and having some fun with that. But let me know what you guys think. If this place is the right decision, or if other healers are more fun, I have no idea. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have gear, I'll see you in the next video. See